Welcome back, everyone. Judges, thank you very much for joining us. Big applause for you guys. Come on. There's a lot of judges here. We're in Spain, and we love travel, and sol, and siesta. And we do it very well. So, our next blog, as you can understand, is travel and tourism. And obviously, the room is packed. Once again, thank you very much. Big applause for you guys for being here. Come on, guys. Thank you for joining. And let's start with an interesting case of industry trying to redesign itself and trying to catch up with the new times. So our next startup is actually a tourist agency turned into tech company. And I think that the one fact is right now we have more computer engineers than travel agents in the company. So please welcome our first startup of the blog, all the way from here. Let me find you. There you are. All the way from Spain. So please, Antonio from Aervio, big applause. The stage is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. Allow me to ask you a question. When you travel for work, how do you book your business trip? Do you use websites that were made for you to book your vacation and you have to do everything yourself? Or do you work with a travel agency that will take several hours to organize your business trip and, of course, charge you the agency booking fees? Well, there is a better way. Aervio is a corporate travel agency. We have created our own booking platform based on artificial intelligence. I'll give you an example. You send us an email requesting your business trip, and our system will read through your email, create your itinerary automatically, shoot it back to you for approval, and you can have your entire business trip booked in just 3 minutes. How is this possible? It is possible because your company's travel policies, your passenger preferences, all the information has been previously uploaded onto our platform. So when our system creates your itinerary, everything is already according to your company's travel policy. So when compared to the competition, Aervio places itself in this amazing mix of customer service and technology that we know will be the future of corporate travel. These very attractive gentlemen are our founding team. They have several years of experience in the corporate travel sector, and they are amazing in transforming good ideas into highly profitable ideas. As you can see by our current service plans, any company in the world can afford this. And the truth is that many do. We have over 100 clients at the moment, and they love Aervio. Why? Because we save them a large amount of time in managing their business trips. We, most of all, save them a lot of money by not charging them booking fees. So we are an agency. How is this possible? How do we not charge booking fees? When you request a flight from us that you know costs 100 euros, we will charge you the 100 euros that you saw, not 120 like other agencies. We do not need to do that because our business model is based on volume. Our income comes from our providers' commissions. So the corporate travel market is a huge market. It keeps growing every year. It's 1.2 trillion right now, most of it compiled by small and medium enterprises, not just huge companies that travel a lot all the time anymore. Everybody travels for work. We started last year. It was our first year in the market, and we finished with a 1 million euro turnover. This is our second year in the market, and we expect to do 5 times more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Antonio. Do you mind, Antonio, can you come here? Can you just walk around here? No, just walk and turn around and then walk back. This very handsome people in the team. Keep, just like in the catwalk. There you go. Huh? You're done. I'm on applause, a handsome team. Okay, so I'm very, very happy to introduce our next startup. Who here has ever lost their bag when they're traveling with an airline? Raise your hand. Anyone got their bags lost? Only few hands? You're kidding me, right? You don't travel enough, clearly. And who got them lost at Charles de Gaulle? Always? No? No French people here? You guys know? You know what I'm talking about? Well, for those of you that lose the luggage and the suitcase gets lost, we have a solution for you. I love it because I was like, are you in the UK? But no, we're Italians. We're Italians. We're incorporated in the UK, but we are Italians, you know. And I remember asking Pietro an interesting question some weeks ago. It's like, okay, you've been working in the industry for so long. Can you please explain to me how is it even possible that with all the technology we have, they still keep losing your suitcase? So to talk about that, welcome Pietro and Sage from Backtrack. Big applause.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. As well introduced, I'm Pietro Anzarini from Italy. We have the incorporation in London, but all the team is Italian. And after 25 years of working in the aviation sector, in the aviation vertical, we started 2 years ago to try to solve some solution to solve the area of customers' experience that has received no change at all, or very scarce change in the recent years. We are talking about baggage reconciliation. So this is a huge problem. Some of you have experienced that, and of course you were not the one shouting at the desk of the lost and found office, claiming where the luggage was and who lost it, and this is a usual question. So the problem is very big, and you may see that it's very painful. The IATA says that in 2016, 21 pieces of luggage were delayed. Not only that, but a staggering 14,000 pieces were totally lost, never to be given back to their owner. So this is a very huge, painful point for those that suffer that, and also for those that do not want to suffer that. Not only that, but for those that have the luggage delayed, they need to advance money from their pocket to pay for their first needs, for the toiletries and clothes and everything. So this is a huge point that needs to be solved. This is such a huge point that 60% of aviation passengers would like to receive a notification of the luggage location in real time. So when we started 2 years ago to think about how to solve this issue, we were fronted by the actual aviation regulations. We are familiar with that because you are traveling, you are flying, and you know what is needed to have a personal electronic device compliant with the regulations. Basically, what is needed is that the personal electronic device that must track your luggage must be put into your luggage, and so must go into aero mode automatically. This is a major issue, the big problem. That's why it took us some time to get there. There must be a specific algorithm that works with all different sensors that enables the device to go automatically in aero mode. So this is a product. We patented the device last June, very small one. You turn it on just by gesture. There are no on-off buttons, no LEDs, because they're not allowed by the American legislation. So for sensors, it's fully compliant with the European and American safety regulations. They are the two biggest agencies that are ruling on that. It goes in aero mode guaranteed. We patented that, and it has a very long battery life, 3 months. So how does it work? There is an embedded SIM, not to be tampered with, that whenever the device is in a safe mode, detects the environmental condition and connects to the GSM network. And then it makes a triangulation with the GSM antennas. It's not as accurate as the GPS, but we don't need that because the airport are very huge area and surfaces. So for what is needed, it's more than enough. Together with that, we are designing an app. The app enables to modify certain personalization selection in the device. You may also select a travel insurance package, doing upsell, and you may choose whatever you want before your flight. You may claim for your lost luggage without queuing up from the app. And also from the app, we designed a blockchain application so that as soon as you push in your smartphone the Find My Bag button, the blockchain that was started 15 days before comes to a complete closure, and the money is immediately sent to your desired wallet. So this is one of the most innovative solutions that we have found that we have created. Okay, this is the competition metrics. Very interesting. This is the business model. And if you have any questions, okay. If you have any questions, this is a beautiful team, not as beautiful as the previous one, but we are all very old. We are all very old. These are the milestones. We received a patent. We are now working to get the certification. The devices now working. 5 devices are working in operational condition to get the certification. And we are trying to get some money. This is the appendix. And these, if somebody is interested in that, I'm
going to talk with Pietro. Come
okay,
on,
thank you very much, Denise. Thank you.
I shit you not, I'm going to buy one of those. They keep losing my things. Anyway, so you know that we've been experiencing a transformation in many ways on how we consume different kind of goods. We've gone from the LP to listening to one song. We've gone from going to the movies to going to having a bundle of things. And when it comes to airlines, when it comes to travel, when it comes to the way we deal with tourism, there hasn't been that much change. And to talk about that, how can we actually sell, instead of 1 night of hotel, 2 nights of hotel, 3 nights of hotel, just sell those 3 hours that you need to crash before you get the plane, like happens to me. You know, you go to a party, I don't want to pay for the whole hotel. You know, I'm going to be out, I'm going to be until 5 a.m. Why should I pay for the whole hotel? Well, that's what we're going to talk about next with our next startup. So please welcome our friends from By Hours and Guillermo on stage.
Hello. My name is Guillermo. I am the 4th generation of a hotel family business. I've been involved with the hotel industry for all my professional life. And a few years ago, I met my business partner, Christian, my co-founder, and he wanted at that time to make a really simple question to an hotelier. Why the minimum stay in a hotel is 24 hours? I wasn't able to answer him. And that's why I realized that in the world there were nobody offering this flexibility in the check-in time, and we created By Hours. What is By Hours? By Hours is the first and the unique OTA, hotel booking platform, that we allow users to decide the check-in time in a hotel. How many hours do you want to stay in a hotel? 3, 6, or 12 hours? And just pay for those hours. We want to introduce the concept of the pay-per-use in the hotel industry. Nobody will argue me that we added value for users, but also it's really important in the long term, the win-win. We add value for the hotels because we offer to them like an additional revenue for their P&L. We are here just to improve the most important KPI of the hotel industry, the RevPAR, the revenue per available room. That's why we have right now more than sorry, that's after. Who books By Hours? A lot of, as you said before, also during the night, but a lot of hotels close to the main airports, close to the main train stations, in the city center. That means the business people is our main user. But also we have travelers, families. We have hotels close to the hospitals. If you are in a hospital with your relatives and you have just to take a shower, to have a nap, just 3 hours of a hotel, you can do through By Hours. Where we are right now, we have 3,000 hotels, all Europe, all Latin America, and Middle East. It's really important to say, with a direct contract with us, we don't use any kind of intermediary. We sold more than 1 million hours, okay, and we have more than 200,000 unique users. Business model, really simple. We charge a commission fee to the hotel with the value of the amount of the room, but also we have a booking fee to the user. That means we have a double income, and our margin is close to 26%. We're a tech company. We invested more than 2 million euros. Not only the technology that the user can see, also the technology that the hotels, the platform, they use just to manage the inventory of rooms. Where we are right now, we have a plan of 18 months plan, and we want to expand. We need to be global, definitely. We want to continue our growth in Europe, Latin America, and Middle East, our main markets. But that's why we are in a fundraising process, because we want to open the States, we want to open Asia, and we need to be at the end in all the main cities of the world. I have two things on my mind. First thing is that all of you, sooner or later, you will become users of By Hours. And the other thing is that who of you, like an investor, will benefit of investing in By Hours. Thank you very much.
Spot on. Spot on. There you go. So, speaking of parties and going out and having fun, and I keep on the theme here. So our next startup is actually pretty good at fixing party issues. Who here has been? And I promise you there's no recording of this, okay? So they can only see me. Don't worry, no one is gonna go after you. But who here is a consumer or at least has used Airbnb? Wow, wow, impressive, okay? We should take a picture and send it to the regulators. My point is that as guests, we go to the house and we use everything, but as the person that runs the infrastructure, is not always that easy to rent your house, have to be there, make sure everything is clean, etc. So the whole performance thing around that. Now, to fix that, we have our next startup. So you work with parties too, right? Yeah. So if there's a party, you make sure it's clean. Okay? Okay, welcome on stage our next startup from Spain, co-hosting Alejandro Soria. Big applause.
Hi, my name is Alex Soria, as he says, from co-hosting, and we are known as a concierge of Airbnb. In a normal hotel, you can just go to the front desk and ask for any kind of extra services, such as airport transfer, a nanny, or any kind of tour. But what happened with those 6 million of Airbnb and small hotels where the guest and the Airbnb owner don't see each other? What happened with this huge industry that is growing like crazy and getting more professional every day? What happened is that the process of organizing extra services for our guests is done over the phone and email, on a process that goes up to 10 interactions between the Airbnb owner, the guest, and the supplier. So it's just a nightmare. And you know what? 80% of the time, these guests will book based on the Airbnb owner recommendation, and only 20% of these suppliers can actually be booked online. So because I have been in the hotel industry and I suffered myself, we created co-hosting. Co-hosting is a software that has managed to reduce that 10 interaction process to just 3, so that we make more money, we save time, we save, we deliver a better service at the end of the day for our guests. Nowadays, our guests can manage our online reputation. So co-hosting, like I said, let us make more money. Sorry. So how do we make money in co-hosting? Very easy. We charge a monthly fee to the Airbnb owners, and in return, they can use our technology and have access to our own suppliers. So they make money every time they sell something. At the moment, 20% of our users make enough money to pay for the monthly charge. This is very easy to implement and very scalable. It's scalable on a huge market where we are the only one focusing on holiday rentals, small hotels, and local suppliers. We have been on this market for a year so far, and with no money, we have been learning, making money from day one, growing at 20% every month, and we have expanded to 4 cities. So now that we know where we are, who our users are, how to reach them, and how much they're willing to pay, we have just raised money and built our final paying product. So the plan will be in 2019 to growth in paying users to reach break-even by the end of the year. This whole thing has been possible thanks to our great team, who is very well engaged and coming from hospitality, plus the help of our advisor, the former Global Innovation Manager of Airbnb in terms of customer experience. Thank you very much, and if there is anyone with Airbnb, I will meet him afterwards.
Okay, is it a beautiful team? What do you think? Beautiful team? Yes? No? This is turning into some kind of Cibeles catwalk. The La Nave catwalk here. Okay, so so it's true that when we go traveling, how many times has it happened to you that you go to a place and you're looking for a nice tour? You know, there's people that design their own thing, and then you start getting older, and then you have kids, and then you go like, fuck it, I don't have time to look for this stuff. So you go there and go, what are the best tours to go here? What are the best activities to do in the city? And you go see a bunch of them, looks nice, okay, you reserve it, and then it normally happens that it's maybe like a month later, once you've been there and you've done the activity and something, and a month later you see, you know, this advertising that keeps following you all the time, and then this advertising comes to you and says like, oh, this trip was half the price here. You go like, seriously? Like this tour? Seriously? Like now you're showing me this stuff? Well, to fix that and make sure you don't make that mistake and you don't get the worst trip or the worst tour, the worst activity, we have our next startup. That's Collaboo, no Collabo, don't get it wrong, Collaboo, that basically compares tours and activities across different spaces. So please welcome our next startup on stage. Big applause for David.
Thank you very much. Well, my name is David Rebollo, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Collaboo. How many of you compare prices for flights or for accommodation when you're traveling? Everybody. But doing the same for the most important part of the trip, the things that you're going to do at the destination, is not that easy. How many of you have ever thought, I think I paid too much for that tour. Well, this is because finding the best option for a tour is tough. We have identified more than 100 different options to visit the Eiffel Tower. So which one is the best one? This is what Colabu solves. We are a comparison website for tours and activities. We help travelers find the best option at the best price for everything they can do wherever they're traveling to. To do so, we connect to the main websites selling excursions, guided visits, tours, etc. We structure their information and we compare it, so we make it fast and easy to find the best deal. The offering of activities is very dispersed. The top seller has less than 5% of the online market share. And it is also very unstructured. Similar tours might not include the same features, so we really have to understand what every tour includes so we can compare them fairly. We are not travel agents. We are an IT company which manages information, and this makes us highly scalable. And although the market is huge and it's growing really fast, and the top players are taking positions, there is not a clear leader yet. We have competitors, but most of them, they don't really compare the offer, they just aggregate it, so they're more a problem than a solution for users. Regarding the business model, we get a commission per every deal that is booked through Colabu, and this commission can go up to 10%. And our team of 4 is very well balanced. We have a very technical part, a very creative part, and we also got experience in a previous travel startup where we, the 2 co-founders, met. We've won some awards, we've got some funding, and we've also been accelerated by Lanzadera. And of course, we've also got clients. We've sold more than 120,000 euros in tours and activities since we launched it in a little bit more than a year. So we are in the right market, at the right time, with a skilled team, and with a very scalable product. We are looking for seed funding, so if you're an investor, just say hi. So we want to bring transparency to the tours and activities market. People must know if they're buying the best option at the best price for the most important part of their trip, the things that they're going to do at their destination. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we're going to go along the same lines here, right? So what if instead of comparing, I could say, Alexa, get me the cheapest hotel for this destination? Wouldn't it be awesome, right? Well, maybe we should have said Aura, but it wouldn't work. Please delete that. But maybe it's not Alexa. Maybe I can say, Pruvo, find me the best price for this hotel. And to talk about that, we have Itai from Pruvo to explain you how they do that. Big applause.
Hi everyone. I'm Itai, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Pruvo. Have you ever booked a vacation online after searching the web for hours, and you're pretty sure that you've got the best price? Think again. Hotel prices change frequently, so frequently that even during the same day, there might be some price changes. So maybe you booked the best available price at the moment you booked, but you didn't get the best price. And that's exactly what Pruvo is trying to solve. With Pruvo, you can book your hotel room using any website, really any website, even travel agency, then forward your reservation to save@pruvo.com. Again, save@pruvo.com. And at that same moment, we will start monitoring your reservation price on a large number of sources, and we'll let you know once there is a better price for the exact room you already booked. Now, all you have to do is make a new reservation for the lower price and save money. And the service of Pruvo is 100% free, because it is based on the business model that is based on 2 channels. The first one, affiliation. Once we find you a better rate, you book the hotel using the booking sites, and we get a commission between 4 to 10% of the total reservation price. And the second one, we have our own booking engine, and in this case, we earn a commission between 7 to 30% of the total reservation price. We launched Pruvo on May 16, and since then, we managed to save our customers over 1.2 million euros. And in the last month, we managed to receive over than 200 press releases in the major channels such as CNN, Fox, MSN, Travolution, El País, Skift, and much more. And recently, we even launched our B2B module that helps travel agencies and even airlines like Iberia to recover lost revenues and generate new ones. And we already started collaborating with the major travel agencies in Israel. In our team, myself, Itamar Sipar, I'm the CEO and co-founder, entrepreneur for over than 30 years, and awarded 3-time Certificate of Excellence from the Israeli Air Force. With us, Regev Body, CTO and co-founder, an amazing developer, Doron Adivi, which is in the audience, and our CTO, CMO, and Itai Green, which is the head of the Israel Travel community. He's the advisory board. And we are just about to launch our next funding round campaign in the following weeks. So enter the website invest.provo.com and invest today. Thank you very much. Good luck.
You know, he speaks actually marvelous Spanish, which is impressive. Nearly no accent, so really impressed. Okay, so who's going to use it? Like, I talked with him some weeks ago, and I'm like, okay, what was the email again? I can forward you my hotels because I will be a total client there. Okay, so our next startup comes all the way from Germany, and they're trying to fix a problem that it's not painful until it happens, and then you realize, oh God, this is really hardcore, which is trying to meet with people in a different environment than the office, right? I know a lot of people that work in big corporations, and they say, like, our office just sucks. It's so boring. It's like, I don't like bringing people here. I take them to the coffee shop downstairs because it's much cooler. Now, what if you have a platform where you could find those rooms, cool rooms to have meetings and work with people all around the cities, all around the place? Well, that's what our next company is about. So please welcome Dominika from Spacebase. Big applause.
Hi everyone, I'm Dominika and I'm the CMO of Spacebase. Thank you for the great introduction. And working as a CMO at a startup means not only leading marketing team, but also obviously being highly involved in all of other departments and projects, which results in multiple meetings a week. But you don't have to be obviously working at a startup to end up with your calendar being blocked 30 to 50% of the time. In fact, only European companies spend 35 to 40 billion euro each single year on meetings. And what do managers say? They say that meetings are inefficient and unproductive. They're basically a waste of time. So we spend 40 billion euro each single year on meetings that suck. Well, how can you be creative in a room that kills your creativity as soon as you enter the space? And creativity is what keeps long-term productivity going. And then once you realize that this is a problem and you try to find a space, you realize that spaces are hard to find and even harder to book. So you might be having this hotel meeting room that you always go to around the corner, but besides a couple hotel chains, there's no nationwide offering. And then how do you make sure that the space lives up to your professional quality standards? And then once you found some spaces, the prices most often are not available. So you waste extra time to acquire them, and maybe by the time you actually got the final offer, the space that you liked the most got actually booked out. So this is basically where Spacebase comes. Spacebase is a platform for renting out unique meeting and workshop locations, and as we believe that every single space can be a meeting space, next to booking a space, you can also book catering and meeting equipment for your meeting. So I ask you again to think of the meeting room that you meet up most often, and what if your meeting room looks like this, or like this, or this, or this? Oh. Spacebase offers over 3,500 locations worldwide, and as a Berlin startup, obviously we cover major German cities, but we're also present in large European capitals like Paris, London, and so on, Amsterdam, and then also US, New York, San Francisco, and a couple other cities, rest of the world. So how do we make sure that the space lives up to the professional quality standards? We basically do the dirty job for you. We basically build up our portfolio by sending scouts to each single location before it got published on the platform. And right now we still do that. However, we also rely on recommendations from our clients and partners that would like to have a location that they trust on our platform. We also collect client reviews that are only available for the clients and their guests invited by the client over the booking process after the event. What's great about Spacebase is that you have a live booking option, which is only possible because we integrate calendars of the spaces, so you can book space right away, and if you're not sure, you can also create a reservation, non-binding reservation for 3 days. And if searching too many spaces is still too much of a hassle, we have a recommendation engine, which is AI solution that not only looks at very basic filters, criteria like size, but also conversion, page visits, atmosphere, and so. And for corporates that have special needs, we also built a white label solution, which offers them custom look and feel, billing, payment terms, and so. And obviously, there are competitors on the market. None of them, though, offers unique spaces and doesn't really offer like technology advice solutions as we do. And our clients speak for themselves. One of our main corporate client is one of top 10 Fortune 500 companies. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think you must be the fastest English speaker I've heard in a long time. Wow, impressive. You win all the discussions at the office, right? Fixed. Thank you. Okay, so we're moving away from the urban area and thinking about long-distance flights, long-distance trips. How do you know which trip is actually good for you? Which one is going to be, you know, I know a lot of people that they go like, yeah, I want to go to Asia, I want to go to this place or that place, and then they go like, oh, I hated the food there, oh, I didn't like it, it was too warm. Like, you go to Singapore, oh, beautiful Singapore, especially if you're from Madrid, that you like dry weather. Oh, let's go to Singapore. Let's go and take a walk. It's just, you know, 200 meters. You start melting because it's too warm. So there's a lot of people that don't know these things, and to talk about how to choose the best trip, long-distance trip, and being neutral, which is something that's going to be interesting to watch, I want to welcome our next startup, Miguel Angel from TripZoom. Come on, open.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Miguel Angel Jimenez, as Alex said. I'm the CEO and founder of TripZoom.com. What we are doing at TripZoom is moving vacation packages into the digital world. And you may think, what is all this about? Well, let me tell you something. For the last 18 years, I've been leading some online travel agencies, and I've seen the evolution of tourist products being sold. And now the issue is not anymore on air tickets or hotel bookings, or even both of them combined, flight plus hotel. The issue is now on vacation packages. It is the most complex product within the travel products, and the time is now. But the thing is that vacation packages is still the highest booking value and where the margins are. So what we are doing at TripZoom is transforming the way vacation packages are being sold on the internet. And the point is that if you think about yourself when you plan your vacation holidays, planning and booking vacation, the most complex vacation holidays, is really tough. The time spent in planning and booking, and secondly, the risk of making wrong decisions make it very difficult to take a decision, especially the anguish after all the trip has finished and finally everything has gone right. So what is happening is that many travelers, online travelers, are coming back to offline travel agencies. This is already happening in the States. On the other hand, there are quite a number of offline travel agencies who've got the product, who've got the expertise, and the ability to serve those clients, but they do not know how to access them. So what we do at TripZoom is we match them both. We are somehow the match.com between travelers looking for their holidays and offline travel agencies. What we do is that we acquire those passengers, we make them browse through our neutral platform. Neutral is that we are not a travel agency. We just offer what is in the market and what is the best and most suitable product for every traveler. So we provide for travelers, we provide them with inspiration, with personalization of the business, of the trip that they are taking, and with comparison among the many offers that they receive from travel agencies. On the other hand, we provide travel agencies with incremental business because they did not have the chance to access those travelers. The market size is big. You know, when we talk about travel, definitely it's a huge market anyway. But we definitely, in Europe, is very big. But we definitely will be heading to Latin America because synergies in terms of passengers and in terms of products between the south of Europe and Latin America make us to be probably a natural market. When we talk about our competitors' landscape, there aren't very many companies doing this yet. As I tell you, it's the most complex part probably of the travel products. But most of them have been very heavily funded because this is very attractive to investors and the opportunity is really huge. In fact, one of them, Evaneos, just raised $100 million a few weeks ago. We at Tripson, we don't have still the online reach as they have, but we are proposing a different business model that we will eventually make us compete with them. In terms of metrics, we have managed some transactions. Well, we take 3 and 10% out of every completed sale. We have had transactions as high as 27,000, that is more than the price of a car, and we have already transactions for 800,000 euro. Our business metrics are growing. Our margin has doubled a long time, and our conversion ratio has grown 10 times. And we have a team of people that is very much committed. You can tell that I'm not probably the youngest among the speakers today because we have quite an experience in the market and I'm really backed by the best shareholders and mentors that I could have. We are presently looking for we have finally proved that the model works and we are looking for a finance round of 750,000 euro to complete our platform and grow. Thanks very much. Hope you find it interesting and really look forward to see you at Tripson.com soon. Thank you. Gracias, Alex. Muchas gracias.
So Miguel Angel, next time you have to say, I'm like the wine. The older I get, the better I taste, right? You know, we're going here with the theme. So, last startup of this blog of travel and tourism. And we're going to bring an old friend of the house. Some of them actually is very interesting. It's the magic about startups. You know, first time Dennis and I met, you were pitching something slightly different. And how with time and work and going to the market, you know, startups pivot and start working out their way until they nail the market. And I think that's a very good example of our next startup, which probably is an issue that most of you haven't seen, which is the fact that when big companies try to talk to each other, they have to bring everyone together. And, you know, as startups, we say, it's just me and that guy, so we come together at Starbucks. If you're a 150,000 people company, that's a different story. And if you're a 150,000 people company distributed around 30 countries, then it starts becoming a nightmare. So our next company basically uses big data and AI to fix that for big companies. How do we bring everyone together in the company to have, you know, a big event with the company? Automated, scalable, cost-effective. So please welcome our next startup, last startup of the group, Troop Travel, Dennis on stage. Big applause.
Have you ever tried to bring a group of people together coming from different starting locations? Now, one of our clients asked us to help us with the organizing global workshop. 41 travelers, 50% based in the US. They asked us, what is the cheapest place to bring these people together, looking at flights and at least a 4-star hotel. We found out that bringing those guys to Bali, Indonesia, will be at least 16% cheaper than any US location. Remember, 50% of the travelers are based in the US. What took them weeks to do, we do that in minutes. So the problem with corporate group travel planning is it's extremely complicated to bring all these data points together. So what happens that basically the way you select meeting locations is purely manual. It's based on opinions. So we have developed a one-stop shop. We have an award-winning planning platform which is purely data-driven and it's based on technology. So we are integrating, it's built on microservices and data layers. What does that mean? That means that if you have a travel service, you can actually very easily connect to our algorithms here, to our analysis. So as a travel manager within a company, you can actually build your travel program. You can select the services you want, you need. We're starting to look at the corporate plan meeting part here. That's the phase we're currently in. We are going now into the meetings and events and ultimately being the planning platform for corporate travel. The current business model looks as we are charging $30 per analysis. And in terms of traction, we launched in June the alpha version of the platform, which is really pure development. We onboarded currently actually 22 global clients representing more than 600,000 people and having a revenue of more than $350 billion US. We signed the first commercial agreements with 2 corporate companies. They bought 1,100 analysis and they are connecting 2,300 personal assistants to the platform. We are a team of serial entrepreneurs covering the business and the technology aspect. I'm based in Spain. My co-founder is based in South Africa, so we are actually our first client of the platform. And we got all the travel expertise through amazing advisors from the business travel industry and the travel industry in general. We are here to raise a bridge round, 500K, to basically finalize the tech, adding some more connections, and then build our sales team. So if you're an investor, if you are a client, if you are a supplier, come and talk to us. Thanks.